Short one has black hands, which means that he'll be able to take out structures much more effectively, and he also has blast damage, which will be able to take out infantry using purifier. Nicole has relocated her crawler, but now she's on the move. She should really be holding that. She shouldn't be firing. That's not a good way to get around. And it seems like, yes, that crawler's probably going to go down. Oh, never mind, she held. She held fire. So, Elvin in cloaked mode, but it seems like Nicole was found. Well, the engineers are able to detect units under stealth. And GDI is now back into the middle uplink tower, and Elvin hastily pulling out his crawler and moving out. Naw has just decided to basically do what GDI was doing and just concentrated their forces on the enemy side. A lot of forces here. Short one, Elvin, Nicole with her single tyrant. Well, no, she's got a tyrant and a cobra. And Neural S coming from the north. Quite a dynamic force here. It's Passy's putting up a pretty good fight now that all of GDI forces back in the line in the north. Not enough laser units from Nod. Those hammerheads are posing a serious threat. I mean, hammerheads are not the best units currently, and that sonic artillery kind of missed. I mean, these hammerheads are not the strongest unit to use at the moment, but they aren't very weak either. They have a very buff HP of 1000, and they can stand pretty big firepower except for lasers. Short one just adding more black hands. Lauber also adding more black hands. Passy is trying to grab the blue tip. Obviously didn't make it. It seems like that blue tip's under nobody's control. Passy grabbing it again, trying to detonate it, obviously. Oh, that was pretty close, but didn't make it in time. The GDI was able to push Nod out pretty far, though. The two crawlers that was down here was destroyed. Nicole using some hijackers. KO running away pretty intensely, obviously not being able to outrun them. KO is trying to detonate it. Obviously, it's just something that had to be done because there was no way the Spartans would be Spartans. Titans can take out the hijackers in a span of time given for them to hijack the unit. And Nicole did succeed in hijacking a single Titan. Nicole trying to move in. Sparta, KO trying to build more Wolf. And he's detonating it. See, now it's a little bit different right now.
Nice wheels.
The Wolf can actually take out a hijacker. Probably better to not try to delete the unit. Instead, just try to, actually save it. So GDI pressing on here on the little Nod force that exists in the top. Neural S's fire column is being destroyed, seemingly for a totally unacknowledgeable reason of it being off power, despite the fact that it really doesn't mean anything if it's off power. Albin's getting some scorpions to counter the hammerheads. Well, the problem is the hunters will be probably too strong for them, so somebody's gonna have to propose a counter to the hunters. And there's also the sandstorm. 5 hammerheads and a single orca. Would be delicious to have some laser units on Nod's side. Nicole and KO still putting up some intense battles over here. Well, it's not really intense, but it's been going on for quite a while. Having their own little battle in their little world, while the big war's going on over here. And now we see the gigantic flame column spam. Just plant them everywhere. And we have 3 defense MCVs, which means like, oh god, there's gonna be so many flame columns everywhere. Look at this, there's already 5. This is coming from 3 people. Lawler pulling his defensive CP back very far and letting it live. And focus beam, a single focus beam comes up trying to save the day, but obviously not going to be enough time, not even enough work. Zone Raiders getting their ass handed to them. 89 coming back up with his Hunters and Falcons. Yep, should now change his composition now that Elvin is able to safely use his Scorpions. 89 just moving backwards, I guess, moving behind the line a little bit. Nicole was able to push KO out, but KO is not going to let Nicole grab that blue Tiberium. 1, 2, 3 Zone Raiders trying to chase a single and also a Falcon MLRS. And not sure what to make of Nicole doing that. I mean, I think she saw the Zone Raiders, definitely. I think if you see a Zone Raider, I think that's like about the last thing you want to do with your crawler. But yeah, obviously getting mauled with the lasers from Zone Raider, KO Zone Raiders. And Nod is actually making a comeback in the western front. Thanks to the flame columns, there's just a lot of, in essence, all that decommissioning. Lauber basically has changed his main composition to a bunch of Reapers, and that's a Sonic Artillery placed at a right time, but GDI is not doing the right thing, which is actually retreat, because at this moment it seems like Nod has pretty much got control over this area. What Nod could actually do right now to make the game even better is trying to poke areas, like this area right here, number 1. And GDI should be going for number 4, no number 4. Because like, right now, most of the things happening is just battles around here, and just Nicole and KO going off at each other around this area. So yeah, a lot of diversionary tactics would be pretty good to do. And Nicole taking over this uplink tower in the middle, while KO is taking over this uplink tower in the back. Some more diversionary tactics on each other. And Nod has pushed all the way up to the blue Tiberium spawn zone, meaning that GDI is obviously losing momentum. Has lost significant amount of their unit, and now we're seeing some big unit fest coming from GDI. Not a good sign. Lauber has a lot of Reapers. If anything, those Kodiaks, Yep's Kodiak should be focusing fire on the Reaper, and it seems like it is doing that. Although there's also Elvin's Scorpion right there, and the Scorpion also does significant amount of damage against Kodiaks. The Mastodon going down with a Husk. Yeah, it seems like right now the point is around the same. There's only 200 point advantage on Nod's side, but Nicole seems like she's stuck in a wolf here in the back and is grabbing this Tiberium node. So in many sense, Nod is on the advantage. 3 nodes and winning a battle is a pretty big thing. Yep, adding more Kodiaks to his army. Passy putting down a focus beam. And it seems like GDI has barely managed to push them back, push Nod back. But you gotta realize right now, Nod is slowly gaining points anyhow. It seems